Do you struggle to have energy to get the normal day-to-day things done in life, like simple things like grocery shop or get food for yourself, to shower, to go for a walk, to socialize, those kinds of things, or even work? Or maybe you can barely get those things done, but there's zero energy for anything else. So forget socializing, hobbies, and doing any fun activities. That end of the spectrum is called functional freeze. It's functional because you're still able to do the things, and maybe on the outside, it looks like you have everything put together, but on the inside, you are done. So when you get home, you just crash. So that's the freeze part. But some of you may be already at the place where the functional part isn't even working anymore and you're just shut down. There is actually energy in the body. It's trapped in the form of survival energy. And the freeze and the shutdown comes on top when there is too much of that piled up in our system. So our body can hold only a certain amount of unprocessed stressors, chronic stressors. It can be trauma, unresolved trauma, and then the life stresses that get piled on top because we have that unresolved trauma. It can be a chronic illness on top of that. Whatever it is, at some point, the body can't hold that sympathetic energy anymore. And then the parasympathetic shutdown comes on top and slams that energy to a halt. And there's chaos in the system. And that energy is bound up, and it's exhausting to live in that state because it also takes energy to keep that energy bound up. The way to you bring back that energy so it becomes life force is nervous system work. That's the trauma work that we need to do. We can't just go into the system and just explode out or unravel all of that energy. That would be too much, and I wouldn't advise that. That would re-traumatize your system. But with modalities like somatic experiencing, which I'm doing the training in right now, we do a titrated process where we connect to the outer layers of freeze and then the bound up energy underneath. And the journey is to learn to feel anxiety, stress, the emotions, the uncomfortable feeling that's bound up. But as we allow our body to open up and process and allow that bound energy to flow through our body, so that's the trauma work, that energy is, instead of being tight and tension in our body, is flows through now our body to become our life force energy. And when we have more of that life force energy, our energy radiates outward, and we can restore that energy back so that we can live a life full of joy with hobbies, have energy to socialize. That's all maybe not 100% possible, but it's so possible to work towards that normalcy of life that we wish to have. I say normal because a lot of us live in a lot of the Western humans live in this functional freeze, and they appear it's normal, but they're actually also exhausted and burned out underneath. And I don't want that to be my normal standard anymore of life. I believe that we all have a right to really live this expanded, joyful, pleasurable state. And yes, learning how to also navigate the stresses and the difficulties in life, but not at a constant baseline of burnout. No, that's not the baseline that I work with clients. So if you're interested in finding out more about this, then send me a message or comment, and I'm happy to start a conversation with you.